Ag PhD full episodes and more are now available on Acres TV, the newest ag platform connecting you to fields of information. Look for us on watchacrestv.com.
During our Farm Basics time today, we're going to answer the question, what is a water table?
Now, this is not a furniture discussion. We're not talking about a glass table or a wood table. Man, it'd be cool if you could make that kind of table out of water. No, we're talking about below the ground where the groundwater is.
So if you think about your house, you probably have a sump pump in the basement. There is drain tile around your house that then leads to that sump pump, basically to keep your house dry. Well, the reason why you need that, it's not just, okay, every time it rains, the sump pump runs. When does that sump pump run? It's only when there's been so much water that the water table, the groundwater, rises and gets above the level of that tile line. With the water table, what we're talking about is it's solid water. So there's no air in there. It's all water. And when that level rises really high, that can be a problem around your house, just like it can for farmers out in the field.
Well, it's not really all water, Brian, because there's soil. And we've got soil going all the way down. It's just that water has filled all the air pockets in the soil coming up. So it's forcing all the air out, which, as you can imagine, is not necessarily a good thing. If you're trying to be a living plant with roots down there, you need the air for all the living microbes around your roots. You need the air just for your root system to stay alive too.
So there's a lot of misconception about drain tile, and that's really the reason why we're talking about the water table today. With drain tile, again, the tile isn't going to run. There's going to be no water coming out of the tile unless the water table gets above the level of the tile line. And like Darren said, the reason why this is important to keep that water table down is we've got to have air in the soil. Roots cannot grow into the water table. When the water table rises and a root is there, it's going to die, or at least die off at that point, if not above that point. So that can cause some real problems, even if the water table only comes up for a little while. Think about it like in your house. Let's say water gets in your house a foot deep. Well, it might only be in there for 10 minutes, but it sure causes a lot of damage. It's the same kind of thing out in the field. If the water table is only high for 5 days, well, it can still kill off a lot of plants.
And here's the challenge is we don't really see that water table ever, so it's really hard to picture what's going on below the ground. Now, if you do have tile water running into your sump pump, all of a sudden it becomes very evident to you that, oh yeah, there is a water table out there. Or the same thing in a farm field. If you've got drain tile and you see, well, water's running out of this pipe now, and for those lines to run, it's because that water table has come up.
Well, once again, it's really important to understand what the water table is and the reason why farmers want to have drain tile in the field. It's just to keep the water table down. So this isn't about getting rid of surface water or anything like that. All farmers are trying to do with that tile line is keep the water table down, which allows plant roots to grow, and it allows soil microbes to live as well, having that air there. So it just overall means a much healthier soil when you keep the water table down.
One other problem farmers are trying to control out in fields is weeds taking over, and our Weed of the Week can certainly take over a field. We'll show you how to stop it coming up later in the show.